And now for the second half of our demo, we are going to focus more on the teachable machine. Okay, so we are going to explore this time classification machine learning using this tool. Um, okay, so let's get started. Okay, just go to teachablemachine.withgoogle.com. So this is an open source tool as well because as you have noticed, everything that we feature in our webinar workshops are open source tools only so that everyone can participate and try it for themselves. Okay, as much as possible, we choose only those that are um, online apps so that there's no need to install anything on the user's device. Okay. Anyway, now we are on the main page of Teachable Machine. So, okay, I think I'm already logged in because it no longer asked me. Um, okay, so in your case, you might be asked to log in, right? Now, after you have logged in, you can choose to open an existing project from your drive or from your device, or start a new one. Either of these three. Okay. For this demo, we are going to focus more on the image project. And I believe we have a presentation already, a video already before this demo, showing how it is done. So basically, we need three steps. All right. So we are asked here, or we have some details here. For this image model, it's best if you can have 224 by 224 pixels of color images. So meaning that the ones that we are going to input should have at least this size of images. Okay, 224 by 224. And we can export the output to TensorFlow, TF-Lite, or TF.js. These are all Python-based libraries. Okay, and the model size is just around 5 MB, meaning it can be used for microcontrollers like ESP32. Um, okay, and all right. Okay, so we use the standard one. Uh, by the way, if we use this one, then we can have smaller values. But for demo purposes, let's use the standard one. Okay. Now, as you can see, we have three steps. We gather data, we train the algorithm so that we can have our model, or maybe we can train again so we can improve our model, and then we can preview its prediction or its how does it um, um, determine or classify the different objects we present. Okay, so first, we need data set. As mentioned in the presentation, we have to look for our data set, whether we generate our own or um, use or get an existing one from websites like Kaggle.com. Okay, so in Kaggle.com, I think let's um, type cats and dogs, for example, and for example, this one, you download this. In my case, I already downloaded it so that I no longer have to download again and unzip, right? To save time, right? I'm not sure if I can show this, but okay, I think we can show this once I upload the downloaded data from Kaggle. Okay. And by the way, in the first stage in gathering samples, we have two main options. Whether we get data from our webcam, wherein the system will take pictures through our webcam. Okay. Um, while the other option is upload. So in this case, especially if you cannot take pictures, you don't have the thing that you want to sample on, then just take or just upload an existing data set. So in this case, I'm going to upload. Um, I'm going to choose the data set. I think this one was my example. Okay, so we have the training set. I hope you can see this one. I'm not sure um, if you can see this. Uh, okay, so what I'm doing right now is I'm looking for my data. If you can see this, we have the folder dogs and cats. So we need to upload only one, either of the two first. Okay, so I'm going to upload first the all the data sets, all the data in our dogs data set. Okay, so we just open and all right. If you, I think you can see this now. These are all the images I got from Kaggle.com. So we have sample images. That's our data set. Okay. In our regression model earlier, we used just numerical values for our data set. And right now, we are using actually unstructured data or unstructured data such as an image. Okay. So we have different images being loaded into teachable machine so that they will be used for training our model. Okay. By the way, in case you get confused, we train both algorithm and model. So if it's your first time to train a raw algorithm, then what you're doing is training your algorithm to become a model. But in this case, in teachable machine, they have a pre-trained model already. And what we are doing actually is uh, retraining it so that it can be improved further. So it has an existing code that we are just reconfiguring through our data set. So we are just training it again. So what we are training right now is a model. It's more like a model than an algorithm, a raw algorithm. Okay, we are done with the first class, meaning first classification. So we have the dogs as our first classification. If you need more, then you can choose either from your device or from your Google Drive folder. Okay. So now we need the second classification. So class 2. So we upload. Um, okay, import from my device, the one that I downloaded um Kaggle.com. Okay, so we have all this data. If you can see my window, um, okay, so we have our cats this time. So we have different images being uploaded right now. Hopefully you can see this. Right. So this time we have different pictures of cats, and they will be used by our algorithm to derive patterns that will make them recognize cats, and then eventually differentiate dogs from cats. Okay, it's almost done. And after this, we're going to proceed with the second stage or the training. So basically, data set, gather data, train, predict, and evaluate. So once and you do that repeatedly, and once done, you can now export that and include that in your robotic systems overall program. Okay. Oh. Sorry, yeah, it takes a while. That's why I skipped the part where I downloaded. I skipped the process of downloading the dataset from Kaggle.com because I know it takes a while since our dataset is composed of images and not just numerical data. Okay. A little bit more. Let's wait a little bit more. I think we can pause. Oh, okay. It's done. Now we are asked to train the model. Now that we have two classes, you can train your model here. So let's train it. Okay, we have the tutorial, but we're going to skip that. I guess we have seen that already in our um in the video earlier. So we click the train model, and currently it's performing data analysis actually. Like it performs data cleaning to disregard any invalid data or any outliers, and it performs some data pre-processing, like making necessary conversions. So especially since our data is composed of images, so they are being converted into their respective numerical values. Also, the process might include, of course, some behind the scenes statistics. Okay. So we don't see what's happening behind the scenes, but actually there's a lot going on that we don't see here. Uh, okay, and they are all necessary for training our data set. I mean training our model. Okay. So I think it might take a while, so I have to pause this one and resume once we have completed the training. Okay, at this point, we are not yet done with the training part. As you can see, there's already progress status shown. Okay, it's like 11 out of 50 um, progress. Okay, so of course, I believe it's done once we reach 50 out of 50. Okay, so let's pause again and we'll be back right after the training stage. And hey, we're done with the training part. Now we are asked to export our model once we are okay. So we have a video tutorial here if you want to see that. But in the meantime, before we export our model, we um, want to select based on our files. Okay, not the if you want to if you choose webcam, then you show you you make your dog or your cat shown or in front of your webcam, so that the system will take a picture of it and then analyze whether it's a cat or a dog. So right now um we choose only the from our test data. So remember, we have our test set, although I'm not sure if you can see this part, this window. So I'm going to drag an image of a dog first. So okay, let me show. Okay, wait. Huh? Because it's covered. I can see. Image, large icons. Right. So here we have if you can see this, but if you can't, then no problem. I'm going to drag one of the images from our test data of dogs. I'll choose this one. Okay, I'm not sure if you can see this, but I'm currently dragging an image of a dog, and if once I release this, the system will predict whether it is a cat or a dog. Okay, so I'll enter this. Okay, as you can see, the system was able to predict that it is from class 1, which is dog. Okay, class 2 is cat. I think we can rename this as a dog or a cat, so that when we make predictions, they are now. All right, so let's see if the text files change or the labels change. Okay, let's have another picture of a dog somewhere below. Okay, let's try to look for a more odd Okay, this one. We have this image has two dogs in it. Let's see if the model can correctly predict what it is. Okay, I know. So I'll try again. Okay, so that's I think that's the answer already. So um the I think it depends on the internet connection. So there are times that the model can immediately predict. There are times that it takes a few seconds or a fraction of seconds before it can make the prediction. So now, even though we have two animals in the picture, the system was still able to predict that we are showing an image of a dog. Okay, another one. Okay, still a dog. So let's try okay, one more. Uh-huh. Okay, this one has a human involved in it. Let's see. Okay, still it's a dog. But if we choose a cat, let's see if it can predict um the cats also. So okay, let me fix the window first because I cannot see. Huh. Okay, maximize and then because the zoom has a view large. Right. So now we have images of cats. I'm not sure if you can see this. Let's try this one. I'll drag it. And once I release this, the model will automatically predict whether it's a cat or a dog. Okay, so this time it was able to say class 2 or the cat. So let's try some more. Okay, somewhere here. I'll check if we have some quite complex images. Huh. This one, it has three kittens. All right. So still, it's a cat. Let's try a dog. Okay, this time we're um inputting a dog, a rotated image of a dog. So okay, it was able to predict that it's a dog. Although we already had a cat a while ago. Now we're going back to a cat, and let's see. All right, still the model was able to predict that it's a cat, right? So now it seems okay. Although we don't have an option for evaluating our system automatically, you uh, can evaluate it manually. It depends on your case in your objectives. Um, But another way is to export the model. So just click export, and then you have these options. I want it to be downloaded as a JavaScript file, especially if um, you have a web interface for your robotic system, or another JavaScript file, but P5 version for more advanced interfaces, or maybe a TensorFlow code. Okay, so we have this Python code for that uses these libraries. Or if you are using TensorFlow Lite, especially for smaller embedded systems project, then you can have this option. Okay, so right, so just download and then you're good to go. Let's see, let's try to we're going to explore the latter part on our fourth and last session. So we're going to see how these models are being implemented on an actual robotic system. Okay, so that's it for now. Thank you very much for listening. I really hope you have learned, and now that you can now do it on your own and explore more stuff and learn, of course, more. So that you can now use it to build your own projects. Okay, so that would be all for this demo. Thank you very much for listening.